Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Saturday, the 15th of March, 2025. So we're looking here at the synoptic from lunchtime yesterday, and this high pressure that's out in the Atlantic kind of dominating the whole show yesterday. We did have quite a nice flying day and quite a reasonable cloud base. Yeah, it was a good day yesterday. Run this through midnight last night. High pressure's moved a little bit closer and into lunchtime today, and it's basically engulfed the whole of the UK. So when this morning sort of mist and cloud lifts and disappears, we should be in for quite a nice flying day today. We take the high pressure on to midnight tonight and into tomorrow because there's very little change. This weak warm front is pretty much stuck out in the North Sea and across Scotland, but we should be quite clear of it down in the south here. Satpic, you can see there is still a little bit of cloud. There's a kind of a band of cloud running down the English Channel there. And I think there's one or two showers associated with that. But the rest of it, there's sort of patchy cloud. We should have some nice clear spells coming our way as the day goes on. The rain radar is showing those showers out in the channel now. There's a few coming in off the wash as well across the country. But apart from that, there's very little to worry about. If we look at the rain forecast, I'll run that through from 9 o'clock. As the day goes on, there's very little coming our way. So yeah, again, just those showers down in the channel that are not going to affect us. Odium's TAF is out of date. That's almost 20 hours old now. But if you have a look at the METAR, they've got northerly winds 7 knots, greater than 10k visibility. It's overcast at 400 feet. Temperature 2, dew point 1, pressure 1021. And a quick look at Farnborough. They do have a TAF which is in force. It's forecasting 020 degrees, 8 knots, greater than 10k visibility, scattered at 3,000 feet. The spot winds, 1,000 feet to the north of us, 050, 10 knots, and to the south, 050, 25 knots. And looking at windy, there's a little bit of east in the northerly wind, so almost round to northeasterly, actually, looking at that. And it's going to be like that for most of the day. I would expect the local forecast for this area from the Met Office suggesting about 11 knots northeasterly throughout the whole day. And bit of sunshine, bit cumulus forming, and I'm pretty sure we'll get some good thermals today for this time of year, obviously. GFS, they're forecasting about 5 degrees centigrade at lunchtime, which is a little bit chilly. Dew point down at 0. Currently looking out the window at Lasham, this is looking to the north. That cloud is starting to break up already. And the temperature here at Lasham, we've got about just under 3 degrees with the dew point down at just under 2. So not a great split at the moment, but I'm sure we'll get there. SkySight, if we have a look at the cross section, they're suggesting we're going to have a cloud base maybe up to about 4,000 feet or just under 4,000 feet by the end of the afternoon, but it will take a little while to get there. And the soarable height, maybe about 3,000 feet, 3,500 feet at the best throughout the day. And if we have a look at the potential flight distance, they reckon maybe 1 to 200 kilometers is achievable in the sort of southeastern corner of the country. Top meteo, again, if we run this through from 9 o'clock, looking at the thermal sort of heights, it quite rapidly, from about 11 o'clock onwards, gets quite good. But it's getting to that stage at 11 o'clock. It's going to take a little while. Run it right through to about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We've had some quite good soaring by the looks of it throughout the whole afternoon, but then after 4 o'clock, it's going to die quite quickly. So if you do happen to go off cross country, make sure you're back early. And again, the potential flight distance from Top Meteo, again, between 200 and 300 kilometers are suggesting and achievable sort of out of Lasham. Move on to the NOTAMs, just couple of local ones really. Number 12 here is Oakhanger. There's a RAT in force there for the exclusion of UAS, which is unmanned aerial systems. 16 to the east of that is Rushmore, where they're doing flare firing. Out to the west, 19 is Larkhill. Delta 125 is active. To the northwest is 20 as well. There's a RAT there again for the exclusion of unmanned aerial systems. So we'll move on now then to the local airfield briefing, and we'll start with the usual ODM cross section. Points to note here is it's pretty chilly earlier on, so when the sun gets on the ground, it is going to produce, I'm pretty sure, some reasonable thermals. They're suggesting from about 10 o'clock onwards, 2 to 3 knots, and then the best part of the day, max heating about 4 to 5 knots. So yeah, some good soaring. Let's get out there and enjoy that. The winds, surface wind again, northerly, northeast or northeasterly, so 10, 12 knots throughout the day. So glider bookings, I think it's going to be quite a busy day out there today. There's a K21 booked for instructional flying. There's one on aerobatics, K21 on the casual list, a 21 and 13 for the youth group this afternoon. I've got a couple of K13s down here. There is a third one, and we're going to have to get it out today. There's some trial lessons, there's some BI training, there's people want spinning. So yeah, let's make all that happen and get all the kit out the hangar this morning. There is some single-seater availability. You can see that on the website. And there's 3 people on the casual list, and I do believe there are some instructors around who could help out with that. So if you're willing to come out first thing and get involved, then that'd be gratefully received. Simulator is available as per usual. There are no movements to report. The general situation is that there's a high pressure building over the UK. It's dominating our weather. It's a cold northeasterly flow, possible soaring opportunities. We'll be on runway 09. Cables will be on the boom to the north side, aerotoing on the south side. The grass is soft firm. And please do not land or taxi on the disused runways, which are shown here in red. So here's your airfield setup. Launch point vehicle will be just to the south of the centre line, the usual place. Aerotowing from the south side, winch launching from the north side on the runway, and the wind is shown here. So I'll see you out on the airfield. Have a great day's flying. Enjoy your soaring. Have lots of fun. Please keep it safe, and see you later.